Hey, everybody, welcome to a Father Forever podcast. We're excited about it. I'm glad that you tuned in. And our first guest, our first father, his name is Barry. And following is Barry's story. Everyone, I want to introduce to you guys my boy. His name is Barry, but he's known as Love because he's all about the love. Hey, man, brother, I appreciate you being here, man, on the podcast. Man, I've been knowing you for about 30, 35 years, right?
Yes, sir. Long time. I'm glad to be here. Anytime you need me, Father Forever, you know I got
And you've always been here for me, man. All I gotta do is call you and ask you, man, and because you are a father forever.
you forever.
I've had the privilege, man, to know your son and your daughter when they're real little. When they were first born, I got a chance to see you in action, and man, like you are the epitome of a father forever, man.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, because no need to say the names, but your daughter and your son, man, they respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna talk about him a little later on because he's doing some great things, man. And as a father who spent a tremendous amount of time with him, because he's one of those kids that would listen, not to everything, but the majority of things that you talked about, because you expose him to so many things, man, which helped his growth.
Well, that always helps. The more you expose them to whether they like it or not, once they tried it, now they got an idea. You got to give them ideas, let them think.
Yeah, you give him a taste of this thing called life, man, from a different perspective and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, man, I want to talk about you because years ago, we talked about different things about the relationship. Because you're from Alabama.
Right.
What part?
Greensboro.
Is that anywhere near
Near nowhere. Okay, that's where it's near. It's near nowhere. Okay, if you know about it, you my cousin. Okay,
Okay, it's deep country,
yeah,
huh?
deep country.
Okay. And how long did you live there?
Well, how it happened was I was born out here,
Oh, okay.
but my grandfather they had a dairy farm, and he got sick, and I'm the oldest grandson, so I had to go help the family. So I went back there when I was in the sixth grade. So I stayed out there the whole time till I got out of high school. Then I went off to college. Then I came back and went to college again.
So hold on. You were in Alabama for 6 years then.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Okay. Now, what kind of relationship did you have with your grandfather?
A strained relationship. My grandfather was a workaholic. All he thought about was men were supposed to work. He didn't understand the educational part of it. And I was more of an educational kid as a young kid. I was a thinker. I was always good in school. So when I went out there, my hands were soft, and he had a fit. He's like, man, you got no soft hands out here, you know. But then I got to haul in the hay, picking the cotton, uh, picking beans, picking corn, all this.
So you picked cotton for
I
six
picked
years.
cotton. Yes, it was a job.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity by choice because my family's from Georgia, right?
Mm,
And went and pick cotton for about 15 minutes, man. I said, oh man, how did our ancestors do this from sun up to sundown?
and
And you were as a kid doing that.
yeah, getting paid for it. But you see, you was getting paid then, and it was who could pick the most.
Okay.
You get paid by the weight of the kite.
So you didn't have bags, you put them up.
Yeah, you had a bag. You
Right.
put it in a long bag, fill that bag up. And, and I had a group of cousins. It was like eight of them, okay? And it was just me.
Males.
Yeah, all eight boys, okay?
Okay.
And I tried to outdo them all, okay? So
So
it was competitive.
even picking cotton, you had a competitive spirit.
Always been competitive. It's always been my DNA.
Yeah, yeah. Now, you said you had a strained relationship with your grandfather. Besides being a workaholic, was there anything else that but obviously he taught you some things about life?
He was a he was a philosopher because he wanted everybody else to work. He didn't work. He was the manager. Every day he came on the porch with a suit on. Never seen this man without a suit on.
You mean how's it was? He was wearing a suit.
He wore a suit every day.
How about that?
Every day. Come on the porch, sit on the porch and have a suit on. And it was so crazy because it'd be burning up. And he'd be on there and he wasn't even sweating. Okay, he'd be out there and he ain't sweating. He got his suit on. He's sitting on the porch giving out direction on what needs to be done. It was a dairy farm.
And he owned it.
Yeah.
That, is it still in the family?
Yes, the land is still in the family.
Nice.
It's not a dairy farm anymore, but
Right.
the land is still there.
So you had cows,
Cows,
sheep.
chicken, horses, pigs, mules.
You remember how many acres it was?
Well, this part is 17 acres. We got another 97 acres about a mile away from that. But the part that he ran was the 17 acres. I
Right.
got a 4-bedroom house on it right now.
Is that right?
I'm waiting there. All I gotta do is go there.
I remember you told me years ago, because for the audience, Barry and I used to work together. That's how our friendship began. Uh, I remember you told me he was going, as soon as Barrington goes to college, you can go down there and build yourself a house or something like that.
Yeah, I got a house.
You got a
I
house,
got a
yeah.
4-bedroom.
Nice, but yeah, you was gonna get your what's it called, your TV, so you can see all of his games
Right.
on. Yeah, I remember that
But
conversation.
things change. He's still in my pocket. It's the reason I work now.
Well, and that's a good reason to work
Yeah.
because you're the provider. Your son is in college, and you're going to do everything you can for him to get to the next level, which I will speak to the universe now that he'll be on an NBA team one day. Whenever that happens, if the good Lord says the same, we'll be there to see him.
Well, I want him on a pro team. Doesn't have to be NBA. So
Okay,
many people don't understand that pros are on different levels, and you can go overseas and make $8, $9 million.
is that right?
Yes,
That
and
much?
live like a king. In fact, we took him to Spain to see some pro teams. He went over there as a kid, play basketball, and he went and saw the teams in Spain, and he saw a couple of the villas these people live in, and he's like, well, I'm telling you, it's money to be made.
Yeah,
It's a different level.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So my goal is that he's able to make money doing what he loves, which is basketball.
And that's really not a job then,
Yeah.
is it? Yeah, something that you love doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you now was that your mother's father?
Yes.
How was their relationship?
Who?
Your mom and her dad.
Hoses. Yes.
How was their relationship?
Who?
Your mom and her dad.
Hoses. She was the oldest, so she
Okay.
was treated like a little queen.
She was a daddy's
Yeah,
girl.
she was a daddy's
Okay,
girl.
just like your daughter's a
Yeah.
daddy's girl. Yeah. So what about your father now? Tell me a little bit about your father.
You know as much as me.
You never met him.
No, met him once.
You met him once.
Once.
How old were you then?
I was 8.
8 years
Yeah,
old. So you were still out here. You weren't
yeah,
back
I was
there
still
yet.
out there.
Is he still alive?
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't know.
He dead to me.
So how does that make you feel that you have no relationship with your father, and that with you now having children, the relationship that you have with your children, how does that?
It was a two-edged sword because by me not having a relationship with him made me make my relationship with my kids stronger because I understood what I was missing from not having him, from growing up being an athlete and being one of the elite athletes. But every time I showed up, I was by myself. When all the other kids, they was there with their daddy. And so it kind of drove me to always wanted to be a father. It's amazing. When I was young and they used to ask, what you want to be when you grow up? I always said daddy. They be looking at me. You know, it's the main thing. Everything else is second to that.
It's impressive, man.
Yeah, so
Uh, so you had no you have no harsh feelings towards him or
I
any
don't have
feelings at
no
all? No
feelings.
feelings,
No,
no feelings.
it's a
So
nada.
does he have a relationship with your children?
Like I said,
You,
I don't
you don't. Okay, okay.
no contact.
Have they ever asked about him?
No.
No. No. Okay. Okay. Well, you know, when I go around speaking, I let fathers know that the father that walks out on the children or ban them to them or whatever term you want to use, one of two things would happen. The father will say, "Hey, I can leave my children because my dad left me, so hey, you know, I'm okay." And really, you're not okay. Uh, or the father says, "Man, whenever I have children, I would never put my children through the pain or the heartache or all the things that I wanted to do with my father that wasn't there. I'll make sure that they will get all that plus."
Mm. Well, with me, it was more of a level I didn't reach because I didn't have that knowledge of a father teaching me. So I had to find levels on my own. Whereas my son is being prepared for those, he's been prepared for those levels ever since he was born. It's been a preparation. It's been me understanding I'm teaching you to manhood. And when someone is teaching you and guiding you to something, it's just a different level. It's with anything, with sports or anything. Being trained to do it and just doing it on your own, totally different.
Two different
Yeah,
things.
it's two
Yeah,
different things.
yeah, yeah. And so you have two grandchildren.
Yes.
What do they call you?
Papa.
Paul Paul.
uh,
How does it feel having grandchildren?
Amazing. Amazing. They see me. It's amazing because I saw them today. I'm driving down doing my mail. Well, I ain't doing no mail, but I'm driving. Okay, we drive, and they walking. My daughter had to put her car in the shop, and I see them walking. I'm driving in the big two ton. I see them. I wave. They wave. I go around the corner, come back, stop. Soon as I stop, look this one. As soon as I get out the truck, jump in my arms, love me, kiss me, and it's so amazing. And the most amazing thing about it is when she had him, I was upset because you're not married. These kids change your life. Okay, the minute you have them, your life ain't the same. And being upset then and now seeing them, it's like, wow, why should it was God's plan? It ain't my plan.
There you go,
Yeah.
man. And your job is to love them like a grandfather,
Love them and teach them.
to be a grandfather forever. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because part of loving is teaching.
It's teaching.
It's showing it is the expression of love, of taking them to the park, reading to them, or my whole thing with my grandsons was when we were driving the car, make them read the signs, read the billboard or the when people sit at the bench waiting for the bus, they have
Right.
advertisements there.
Advertise.
So we're driving. What's that? What's that? What's that over there? They have to read it, and it was just fun, man, because they're so genuine. Kids are so
Yeah.
genuine. My one grandson said, "Mama, what you been eating? Cause your breath stink."
Right. Right. He can let you have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, no harm about it.
Yeah. And that's the only thing I hate. I ain't got no grandsons. I got granddaughters.
Yeah.
So that skill, teaching them basketball, I can't teach them.
Well, either their daddy or their uncle will.
Not basketball. They can't play basketball.
No?
I want girls. I want girls think they boys.
Well, explain that for me.
If you look at the WNBA, 90% of them is gay.
Yeah.
That can't be no coincidence. Somebody ain't right there. Okay? And it was amazing because I wanted my daughter to play basketball. And I had season tickets to the Sparks. And what turned me off to it was everybody in there was kissing each other and it was the same sex. I can't send you to the den, okay? If you go to the den on your own, that's on you.
Okay.
But I'm not sending you there, okay? It don't work like that with me.
What I meant by that, that if Barrington has any sons,
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
if he have a son,
yeah,
yeah,
that's what I meant by that.
I'll come out with the. It's like right now. I have a. When Barrington left, I was lost. I was
And
hanging
that
out doing
you mean
nothing to
go you
do.
mean going to college?
Went off to
Okay.
college. When he went off to college, I was lost. So I started back up my basketball program. So I got 4-year-old, 7-year-olds, 8-year-old, and I work with now, and I love it.
And see, that's one of the things that we push with a father forever. Whether those kids will grow up
Yeah.
and they go to the next levels. And there are kids who may not have a father or father figure in their life that you can go back and go back, but you can help them along the way as well. Not only do you teach them basketball, but you teach them things about life as well as a coach.
It's so amazing because when I started coaching these kids, I had a couple of kids. I had this kid who had anxiety so bad because first I started park league. Okay, this kid couldn't come to the bench. He couldn't do anything. But gradually, I got him confident in dribbling. Confident, do this over here, do this over here, and you should see him today. His parents are so happy that I put the time in with him because he ain't trying to play on his high school team. He ain't trying to go to the pro, but he's trying to find something that he loves inside. And that's why and a bunch of the people be like, why you got this team? Because on this team, maybe two of the kids, this is my older team, my 12, maybe two kids can really play. The rest are just out there trying to learn how to play. And I love it. I love this team because it's not about basketball. It's about the confidence that you get from playing this. It's about the energy that you feel for being around other kids, from understanding that people like you for you. They're not looking at, oh, you can't dribble, you can't do this. I just love it.
Yeah, well, from the social skills as that, you show them the social skills and letting them know that hey, they're just as valuable as a
That's
teammate. You're just as important as a guy next to you. Was it a co-ed team?
no.
Okay, just boys, yeah. Yeah, so uh I mean I just want to commend you, man, on what you're doing and because we all have been given gifts to do certain things and we all can help. Like I say all the time, there's kids down the street that may need a helping hand or a positive word from you as a
Right.
coach. Because normally kids remember the coaches.
Mhm.
They remember the coaches.
Because it tells you you have a ministry. This is my ministry. It's so natural for me. It's so teaching kids is something that is natural for me. Having the patience to deal with them, to teach them, it just comes natural. And I know it's my ministry. I know it's what I'm supposed to do.
So
I didn't know about it till I went with you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So what advice would you give a father, man, that has walked away from his responsibilities as a father to his child or children because a lot of times there's issues with the mother. I took pictures of you at your house when your daughter was young. You guys were playing chess.
Saw the picture last week.
Is that
Saw
right?
the picture last week. It was in a book.
And I think at one time I got a picture of her, I think, playing the piano or
Yeah,
something.
so you used to
Ye-
play the piano.
Yeah, yeah. So I remember that, man. And the reason why I bring that up, you have something that I want the fathers to understand. You gotta be patient with your children because they may not be able to learn at your level or may not want to do what you want them to do.
Right.
But you be patient with them, let them know, hey, be you, be the best you that you can be, and I will support you in doing that. Whatever I can do to help you doing that, that's what a father figure
Right.
does.
And if you don't want to do it, that's okay too. You got to try it. Now, I have a thing with all my kids. If you tell me you want to do something, whatever, if it's a 2 week course or 6 week course, you can do all 6 weeks. You can't start it and stop it. Okay. Now, after that 6 weeks, if you don't want to do it no more, you good. But you got to finish it.
It's all about exposing our
Yeah.
children to different things. That's why that our kayaking event is so popular, man.
Yeah.
You know, because how many kids? I didn't know anything about kayaking, man, till I was in my 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
You know,
I
so
didn't know about it till I went with you.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So, what advice would you give a father, man, that has walked away from his responsibility?
What I don't know what to say to them because you can't stop trying.
There you
You
go.
have to find a way to try. And sometimes that means you gotta bite your lip. I just gotta bite it. I gotta deal with this. If you're gonna let me spend time with my kids, sometimes I gotta bite my lip. Sometimes sometimes you have to see the bigger picture. Now, sometimes you can't. And when those happen, you just have to understand. Pray over. You can still pray over your kids, even if you can't see them, because it's things in this world that keeps you from seeing your kids. Okay, the courts, the mothers, all this, but it doesn't keep you from praying over 'em. It doesn't keep you from finding a way to communicate with them because in today's society you can communicate.
Yeah.
Okay, it's so like you can FaceTime. You pay for that phone, send it over there and FaceTime. So I would just tell fathers who want to see their kids just put in the effort.
And understand that it's their responsibility, and that child is a gift to them.
Mm,
I mean, people don't look at it that way, but I do. Like children,
right.
gift, man, but like they enhance our lives. Uh,
But see, it's a bunch of them who don't want to be involved in their kids'
well,
lives.
that
Okay,
was
now
that
them the ones.
that's my next question. So
Okay,
you talk to the ones who want to and they couldn't. What about the ones who don't even want anything to do with them, with the children?
stay away from them because you can't bring them nothing but negativity. If you don't honestly wants to be with your child, be around your child, what you being there gonna do? You got a gift that you don't use will go away. It's just like when God gives you a gift, He gives you gifts to use. He wants you to use your gift. If you have a child and you don't want to be with that child, you don't understand your role, you can harm that child more being around them than not. You have to make a conscious effort to put this child first because they didn't ask to come here. Okay.
No child's brought themselves here, have
No,
they?
none. And once they get here, if you can't take on the responsibility of putting that child first, then 'cause I got a bunch of buddies like that. And, they be crying about this Father's Day. Why I got my kids on Father's Day? No. I got my kids all every day. Ain't no day I don't want my kids. Okay.
Yeah, I make a point to and let it be known, man. 365 days a year is Father's Day.
It's Father's Day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I embrace that, man. And those guys who don't want to be fathers to their children, just want to do their own thing. A lot of that is selfishness and their ego, and whether they want to be a predator, whatever it is they want to do. Uh, there's this thing called karma. You know, I'm just a big believer in it, man.
They come back at you.
And not only does it come, like anything that comes down, it picks up speed, right?
Yeah.
And more force and power and all that.
There got to be a part of it that's self-hate because this is you. That child is you. That child comes from you. How can you love you and don't love this child? And it's a part of you to watch kids in my program who don't have that father there. It's amazing. It's like, how could you do that? I could never not be there for my son, you know? And to see, and when they're young and they're looking for that male role model and you're not there, if I got a couple of parents, if they come right now to practice and I'm there, they child coming to me. They ain't coming to them. They daddy coming there right now. They just run to me and hug me. They ain't even coming to their dad. And that's crazy to me.
Well, because you put that time in there with them and that genuine love and teaching and because all kids need structure.
Yeah.
You know, when I first started teaching, man, for the first 2 years I taught first grade.
Mm,
You know, when I made my career change, I was 50 years old, man, teaching first grade. And
that's rough.
well, wasn't for me though,
Uh,
because of my love for children,
children.
right? You know, man, I would walk. That's when my hair was black, right? I would walk to the school, and the kids would see me coming, man. Mr. D, Mr.
That's
D,
it.
Mr. D, come hug me. I said, no, high five, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a different world.
Yeah, and my principal adored me because of that, because very few black male teachers, so
And you gave them time though. See, that was it.
yeah,
You took the time to, okay, what's going on in your day? Okay, just to talk to them for a few minutes. It can mean so much to a kid. Just to show them that you are interesting, you are important. It means so much to a kid.
and they just want to be loved. They just want to be loved, because at that young age, because I went to school in a part of town that was kind of rough,
Mm,
Hyde Park Elementary. I'll say the name of school, I don't care,
uh,
because I'm retired now,
right.
and a lot of that's when the drug scene was pretty strong. Kids would come, bad shape sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, didn't eat, where they would have either soda and hot chip
Hot
and
Cheeto,
yeah, hot Cheetos, man, and then you expect them to sit down and learn,
Larry, yeah.
or they ain't had a shower bath in a couple of
Yeah,
days,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
yeah, man, yeah, our babies need to know that you're valuable,
yeah.
you're important, and we want a father. We want our fathers to understand their value to their home. As a father, you're needed. You're needed at home. You need to set that example, and when a child goes left to right, you bring him back on a straight line.
People don't want to don't want to hear this, but the father is needed more than the mother. And I say that in when you look at statistics of homes where the father is there, their son's not going to jail. Their daughter's not going to be strippers. These are facts. When you have a mother and father, their kids do better. When you have a father and not a mother, the kids do better. When you have just a mother, it's so much on her to work, to discipline. It's just the studies show because I listen to the studies that a home that has a man in it, that child has I think they said like a 75% chance to be successful. Whereas that home that has just a single mother has a 75% chance to be not successful. And it's so amazing that you need that father, you need that man in that house. And society don't want the man there, especially the black man, because back in the day, almost everybody had their father there. Now, almost everybody ain't got their father there. And look at how society is right now. Look at how these kids are.
Yeah, it's not a father-friendly society, man.
You know,
And these girls, and I'm not just attacking the girls, okay? I'm just stating a fact here that when dad's not at home, the girls out there doing things that they wouldn't usually be doing if dad was there, because he's gonna make a point. that he's gonna spend whatever time he needs to take you A, B, C, or D instead of you someone picking you up or going wherever you're going. You guys doing stuff that not in your best interest.
You ain't gonna dress like that. You can't go out my house like that. Now you might stick it in your bag, and after I drop you off, you might change into it. But you ain't gonna leave the house like that.
And when you come back home, you're
You
gonna
gonna
change.
change. But go on Instagram and look at the proms. This girl's naked. My child ain't going out naked. These girls is naked going to the prom.
And you're saying if dad was at home,
You, no, you can't wear that. The other day they got on Kiki Palmer. They got on her man because he went on Twitter and said she should not be dressed like that. She had butt cheeks out, everything.
is that his wife?
His baby mama,
Oh, baby. Okay,
his baby mama, but they're together.
okay.
Okay, but she has his child and their girlfriend and boyfriend. And you should have heard how they went after this man, but saying that the mother of his child shouldn't be dressed like this. And you should have seen what she had on. She was naked.
Now, it's a child or children,
They have one kid.
boy or girl.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, okay. Because as a middle school teacher, man, I would see girls coming dressed a certain way, and when the mother was going to the school to pick them up, I would see them walk high, like that. So how do we fix that?
Our fathers being in their home.
Simple,
Our father, it's a simple fix.
a pot.
Be around your child. And when you be around your child, be a man around your child. Hold your child accountable. You can't do this. I'm not trying to be your best friend. I don't need to be your friend. I'm not your friend. I'm your daddy. And understand, me being your daddy comes with certain parameters. There's certain things that you have to do. Okay? And it say train a child. You gotta train them.
Because if you don't train them, somebody else
Somebody they're
will.
gonna get trained. And the
They
streets
go.
gonna train them.
You may not want the streets to train your child.
Hey, I don't want the streets training mine.
Yeah.
You
Or your grandchildren.
know? No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm gonna send my kids out in them streets. Because they gotta know them streets too. Okay. But they gonna know them streets with some training. They're gonna know what to do. They're gonna know how to handle certain situations. They're gonna know they're gonna have an instinct. Okay. Away from this. Okay, this ain't the person I need to be around. Okay, and you can say what you want, but kids can sense it when this is a good atmosphere or a bad atmosphere. And that's when choices come. I tell my kids all the time, life is about choices. You got to make choices, and a choice is something you think about and then you make. Don't just react. Think about the choice, then make it.
And the possible repercussions from making
I'm making
the
that choice because they
choices.
all.
They all got them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting, man. Uh, because a loving father wants the best for their children.
Yeah.
You know, but the kids, they got to play their role in it. They got to play their role. You got to
Yeah.
listen. And hopefully the father will have a bridge where there's communication going on. Hey, let's talk. I remember when I was a single parent. Every Friday after school, me and my daughter we would sit on the bed and okay, let's talk about your week. From 15 to 30 minute talk.
Yeah.
And we did that for a number of years. And she felt okay. But once she got older, that stopped, of course.
Yeah.
But they need to know they can come to you. Matter of fact, as fathers, we need to let them know, hey, come to me for anything.
Yeah.
Because if you're asking your homie or your girlfriend, whatever, they know as much or less than you
Yeah.
do. So how are they gonna advise you?
And you don't know what that homie agenda is. My agenda.
Yeah.
My agenda is for you to have the best. That's my total agenda. I got one agenda. It's to try to give you the best you can have. Okay. and to always look out for you. It ain't gonna never be I'm trying to get over on my child. Okay, because what parent does that? Okay. So, but your homies and these people in the street, they looking to get over,
Yeah.
and you have to be able to have discernment. And you get that from communicating with adults, from talking to people, your elders. The things that most kids forget is that you have to talk to people who are older than you. Because my son, look at me now, and he thinks I'm a square dancer. And we, no, I'm a long way from a square.
Well, they didn't know you when I knew you.
But he thinks I'm a square.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because we grow, man. I'm just saying, no, there's no scientific proof, but every 10 years we change.
Mm,
You know, and that's just life, man. Whether we
yeah,
like it or not, we're gonna change. If we
change.
don't change, then there's gonna be some different. You know, a buddy of mine told me, man. He said, "Look, people would rather die than change."
Mm,
You know, you think about it. Whether it's your diet. You know, whether you're drinking too much alcohol or doing drugs or chasing multiple women. You know, because things can happen behind all that stuff.
mm.
Too much of anything is bad for you,
Bad for
right?
you. No matter what it
No
is.
matter what it
No matter what it is.
is. And so as your body gets older, you you keep putting all these toxins in your body, your organs are gonna say, I told you 20 years ago to stop giving me this stuff.
Yeah.
Now my liver's gone bad. You're gonna have to go on dialysis because you messed up your kidneys and all that kind of stuff, man. So, uh,
But people change when you say, whether they want to or not, whether they see it or not, you change. Some people don't see the change,
yeah.
but it's still there. You still changing. Now
So
it can be subtle, but one day you come like boom, you didn't change. It's just like me being I grew up an athlete,
you played at Michigan, right?
right? Michigan State.
Yeah.
I heard myself getting out of bed yesterday, and I don't even know what I did. Okay, man, get up. And the people beat me up. Okay, I like that. It's like with my son, I teach him how to take care of his body now.
Yeah.
Because if you don't take care of it now, it's gonna get you later. I didn't take it. I thought I was Superman. Okay, hey man, I can do it. I was out of cast, and a week later, I was back hooping. Okay, didn't know no better. Rehab. I don't need no rehab.
I'm the man, right?
But he has a different thought process because I have the thought process to give him. I didn't have nobody telling me, hey man,
Right.
you need to relax. You need to go through your therapy. You need to relax. Be patient. I tell them all that all the time. You need to relax. You need to take care of your body. You need to be patient. Okay. You ain't gonna miss nothing. Trust me. You ain't missing nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Because if they're gonna be there, yeah. Yeah, I tell my kids, hey, slow down, slow down. Not just drive, but I'm talking about in life.
You
Yes, slow down. Let the game of life come to you.
because it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
You can't avoid it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, man, I'm really enjoying this conversation, man. I'm glad you spent the time with me.
Danny, you know I love you, man.
I love
As
you.
always.
Yeah, man. I think about the times we play basketball together, man,
Yeah.
and I see people don't know, man. What are you about 5'10", 5'11"?
Love you, man.
Yeah, you're a beast, man. Getting them rebounds and
I was 6'8" on the no dog. Hey, I'm 5'11" now, but back then I was 6'8".
and I remember those days, man.
Yeah.
Too bad we didn't have the video stuff that we have
Yeah.
back then, right?
Yeah, I know. I wish my son could see it because
Yeah.
he say I'm trash. You tell me in a minute you trash,
I
Dad.
remember telling him once, I say, man, you pass that game, man. You take on the big ones.
Like the last time we played at one on one, I was trash. Okay, like you trash. But I was 60.
I was gonna say,
Okay,
how old are you?
okay, I was 60. Okay,
You can't even move
no, I
anymore.
can't. I got bad hips, bad toes, bad knees. Yeah,
Hey man, wait till 70 comes, man.
hey man, gotta wait. I was good.
Don't rush it though.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Then we played softball together, man. We had a
yeah,
football team.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 man. That was a lot of fun,
That
man.
was back in the day when them were a family. When our job was a family. Back then, we were cool. A bunch of was cool. We used to do things together. My job now, they hello and goodbye. I want to talk about
Oh,
one thing.
okay, good. Thank you. Anything you want to bring it up.
It's been on my mind all day. Father forever. That Father is powerful. This forever, woo, it's hot because that forever means when your child is young, being a father, you tell them what to do. The kid do what you tell them, and like that. But as forever goes, it gets to a point where a real father has to step back, and it's the hardest thing in the world to do to step back and let your child go out there and try things. Let your child go out there and fail. And some of the times they fail, they didn't have to because you could have told them do it like this, like that. But sometimes you can't tell them. You have it's just like God. We God's children, but God give us free will. We have to do the same thing. He's our father. He gives us free will. We're our child's father, but we have to give them free will. We have to allow them to grow because the only way you grow is by going through things.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you 9 times, you touch that stone, it's gonna hurt. And okay, I guess it do. I touch it. And then when you for the rest of your life, I touch that stove, it gonna hurt.
They won't touch it ever again, will
You
they?
won't touch it ever again.
They'll end up telling their kids the same
Yeah,
thing.
telling you the same thing. But as I struggle with my kids right now, because as they're growing, they're doing things that I like them doing. They're doing things that I don't like them doing. But I try not to judge. I try to make it so you can tell me what you're doing that I don't like. You can tell me what you're doing that I do like. I'm not gonna judge you, man. I'm gonna tell you. I was talking to Barrington the other day. I said, "Hey, man, that's a decision you have to make. Okay, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but whatever you do, I got you." And he looks at me now, and it'd be like, "Hey, you the one who used to tell me do that, do that. I can't tell you that no more. I gotta allow you to be a man. I gotta allow my daughter to be a woman." And it's harder for me to allow him to be a man than it is to allow her to be a woman because there's parts of being a woman I never understand.
No idea.
Okay, I don't have no idea.
Mhm.
I make no woman no woman. I tell my daughter all the time, you spend too much time with me because you're just like me. You're a female. And that ain't
She's a
okay.
female version of
Yeah,
you.
she a female version of me to the max. She will check you, she will do it. It's like, oh my God, she's just like your dad. But my son, I can know what I want how to maneuver you, how to mold you, how I wanted to sculpture you. But at the same time, I had to understand that you're not me.
Is he like his mom? Would you say?
He's more like he's more like his mother. He's more of in the background kid. He doesn't go. Yeah, I'm in the front. I'm out there. Okay, my daughter, she out there. We out there. Okay, my son, uh, he be in the. He don't need the limelight. The only time he want the limelight when that ball in his hand. Other than that, he 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 doesn't go with the crowd at all. He doesn't want to be a part of the crowd.
That's a blessing. It's a
Yeah, that's a
blessing.
blessing.
It's a blessing, man. Let me ask you this real quick, love. Yeah, yeah. At what age were the kids? Because at what age were the kids when you got divorced?
Uh, Forrest was he was 12, so Forrest was 19.
So, what kind of impact did that have on the kids? Was that pretty major?
Yeah, it was major.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was major.
yeah.
Now the most major thing is my kids went with me.
I remember that.
It was non-negotiable. Okay, and my kids went with me.
So did they were they ask you questions of why and how come and what happened and all this kind did that ever come into play or they just pretty much self-absorbed it?
They self-absorbed because nothing changed really. Because not saying this is a good thing, but my kids was mine, which means from the day they was born to now, everything revolved around them and me. And that's part of the reason I got divorced. Because I didn't never put together being a husband. Remember I said when I grew up what I wanted to be?
A
A
dad.
dad.
Yeah.
I didn't put the husband part in it. And I was a terrible husband. I was a great father.
I love your transparency, man.
I didn't because I had nobody to connect it to. All I knew is what I was missing. I didn't know my mother was missing a husband, somebody, provider, a protector. I didn't know that. All I knew is I missed the dad, missed that person. So it's more focused on I could be a great dad, not understanding that I should have been a great husband and a great dad. And I didn't connect the dots until it was too late. And that's the story.
Now, do you think the fact that using your own words that you weren't a great husband, do you think that had an impact on your daughter choosing men or no?
You don't know.
You don't know.
But she choose the sorriest. I haven't seen her. I, the guy she's with now was the first guy who I really liked when I met.
Okay.
Now, the the guy she has the baby by, the oldest one, I learned to like him later because I ain't had no choice. Once you get now, okay, since me not have beef with you and you gotta come and do my
Too much negativity.
too much negativity. But the choices she made, you choose men who don't work. You let your daddy get up every day.
Every day.
Every day. Go to work, come home, see about you. Take you to dance class, take you to track, take you somewhere. Hey, that. And that's what she told. So I don't know what kind of impact it had. Now I know it has an impact on her communicating with him because she like me. She go off. That was an issue I had in the house. When man, the wife, I ain't listening to this shit. Chill out. Okay, leave it alone. And when I was out, because our house was so big, I go in the other wing of the house, get why banging. You can't get in. My kids in there. Okay? Like this. You go on the other side. So I think that has a thing with how she deals with relationships. Yeah.
I tell fathers all the time, I remind them, there's no such thing as a perfect father. There's no such thing as a perfect, there's only one perfect father. That's everyone's father.
Wow. Yeah.
But there's Man, life is hard, man. Life is a challenge, man, because
every day.
every single day.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, he challenged. It's a challenge.
yeah, man, that a father forever,
Yeah,
man.
that forever part. And think ever since you told me you wanted me to come over here, that forever been on me. Because forever means as we grow older, you got to be there. You still that father. Just when they kids.
At different capacities,
Yeah.
but still, they know. Well, my pops got my back. Bottom line, I might be acting crazy or not, but I'm not gonna go to pops. He might get in my behind,
I still got you.
but I still got.
I still got you. It can never be, I'm not dealing with you anymore. And so many fathers, so many parents do that. They tell their kid, oh, I'm done with you. No, I ain't never done with you. Okay, you can always come back to me. You can always come home. Okay. But my home got rules. You gotta follow these rules. Okay. You wanna be an adult? I'm gonna treat you as an adult. But you're my adult child. You're not just an adult out from the streets. And it's a big difference. You know, you always I've always been the kind of person when you do me wrong, you only get one. Okay. You don't get no, oh, you get 3 strikes. No, you got one.
I remember that guy.
Yeah. You only got one, okay? And I'm done with you. And I need you to know I'm done with you. That was something that I had to change in my personality too. Right? I was done with somebody. It was important that I let them know that I didn't like you. Okay? Not important. That is long spoke.
Yeah.
But back then it was a long knife. And part of the tip was in you. Yeah. Yeah. So
So we live and we grow, right?
yeah, you better.
You better.
You
Yeah, yeah. On behalf of a father forever, man, and being on our podcast, I can't thank you enough, man. Just a small token of our appreciation, love.
let me check it out. Let me see. Let me see. Oh,
Like Pete King, it says, "Father forever." Hopefully, you will use it. Man, what a great story Barry shared with us. Remember, there's no such thing as a perfect father. You just want to be the best father that you can be. So we'll see you next time at Father Forever YouTube channel.